They start looking at
Okay, we'll go ahead and call the meeting to order Thursday, August 1st, 2019, 9 a.m. Policy and Procedure Committee. Can you call the roll, please?
Barons.
Here.
All.
Here.
Signat.
Here.
Sure.
Yep. Okay, you have a copy of the agenda in front of you there. Is motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Alt. All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed, same sign. That motion passes. Do we have any public comments this morning? Hearing none, we'll go to the committee chair reports. Mr. Alt, Highway Committee.
Nothing more than claims, I've been told.
What about Finance Committee?
Nobody told me anything that, we're gonna probably meet on Monday, 9 o'clock. I don't know what else there is.
Management meets on Monday at 9 o'clock.
What's management? Finance next Thursday then,
Yeah.
at 9 o'clock. No, I haven't been told anything is unusual. You know of anything? You probably do.
Well, we got more budget hearing matters to go on.
Yes.
Okay, and also, I'll be informing the committee in a few minutes about some activities with the city and the recycling event that was held. They wanna hold another one.
Went over too well.
So, okay, Mr. Barron's management,
Mostly the regular reports, might have somebody there to talk about windmills and solar projects.
judicial,
Regular reports as far as I know.
okay, Mr. Signat, tax and zoning,
As far as I know right now, just the standard department head reports.
okay, chairman comments.
Yeah, we drive way down there. It's gonna be fast moving.
What I'm passing around is an invitation for Iroquois County to appoint a representative to the Indiana Kankakee River Basin Commission. That goes in line with the new organization over there that's authorized by the state legislature. They're inviting a non-voting member from Iroquois County and also from Kankakee County to participate. At the present time, my plans are to fulfill that appointment myself for the immediate future until things become a little bit clearer in Indiana and also Iroquois County as far as flood matters and issues go, so. The next thing I wanted to mention, which I hope I'm not stealing Mr. Baragree's thunder, but on July 17th, we consummated the T&D metal loan. First payment is due today, August 1st. Did they come in, Mr. Albers?
But not yet. It's still early in the day, so.
They just don't dig over yet. Like from the movie.
All of that is set up by the magic of electronic transfers and so forth, so it should be something that should be coming through without too much difficulty and whatnot, so.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, see what's up there.
And next thing I wanted to mention is that tentatively on August 29th, right after the policy and procedure meeting, there's a negotiations committee meeting will be held with the Fraternal Order of Police, sheriff's deputies, correctional officers, and so forth. With regard to next Tuesday, August 6th, there's a Department of Agriculture informational meeting regarding the hog farm in Stockland that was discussed at the last county board meeting. In connection with that, the thing that we most need to be aware of is that the county board was required to submit a letter of approval or disapproval. In other words, a recommendation to the Department of Agriculture following that informational meeting. So this is something, I believe we have 30 days to get that done, so we'll have to look at the timetable on that in order to get it done before the 30 days is up. And then the last thing that I wanted to talk about is recycling in Watsika. We received a couple days ago an invoice from them for the one that was just held. And I guess we can pass this on to the finance committee, but I believe this invoice, which I'll pass around, is quite a bit more money than what was originally thought of. But the city also, I was informed by telephone yesterday that the city is intending or planning to hold another recycling event on October 26th. It'll be from 8 o'clock in the morning until noon. I'm not sure of the location. I imagine that new Stock and Feed, formerly Big R parking lot, is where they probably would have it. But in any case, the biggest concern, I suppose, is the cost of the county. This invoice that they're sending us is considerably more than what I think we had thought it might be and so forth.
Where there's
Not
that
sure I
many.
understand why it should cost us so much money to have a recycling event.
Was it that there was that much stuff?
Yeah.
Or did they raise the cost?
Well, I don't know the answer to that. All I know is that the theory of recycling is as its name implies, a means of being more environmentally active and responsible, but also trying to, reduce costs of things. So why is it so expensive to recycle? Somebody on the other end must be benefiting quite a bit from the recycling on a lot of these things, and yet they're expecting us to pay them for it. That's like double dipping almost. This, Ken?
Mark told me that they had to go get another truck, but they did get excessive amount from what they expected to get. And how that affects that pricing is, no way for me to know, but I do, pretty sure that he said they had to go get another trailer.
Article in the paper said that it was quite a bit over what they thought they was gonna be that day.
I guess all that aside, though, I still don't quite completely understand, I can understand some expense on our part, but to me, this is excessive. And I don't understand really why it should be that way. Because it's a service to the citizens of the county, that's for sure, but then again, to me, it used to be you could take stuff out here to Riverside when they had their place going east or west of town, or you could go up to Kankakee and dispose of stuff. So you had your cost of gasoline or whatever to do that. You didn't have to pay them money to take it. Why do we have to pay them somebody's money to take it? I guess is one of the questions I have. In any event, I guess the right way to do is to send it to the finance committee. The finance committee authorized us to participate in it, did they not? So,
There is money in that fund that would cover it.
there's money in the fund, that's
But we
for
don't want it
sure.
to be
But,
wasteful.
is that the right? I guess we decided that's a proper way to use some of that money, but my concern simply is the amount of money that they're asking to be paid here. I don't know, do you know if the city has any similar concerns over the cost of it?
I don't know if they have any concerns they should have, but, they do have, their bill was higher than they expected too. That's the only thing that I know. That comment was made.
Well, it's something we can put on the agenda for finance committee next Thursday, and I think we can.
John, if you're out there, John, you notice they were sorting things right there on the spot, and somebody was really grabbing onto the computer, hard drives and things like that, so I'm believing that somebody's making some pretty good money off of those. They were grabbing them like they were valuable, taking them to another truck, but.
Well, according to this, all that stuff was wiped clean, so maybe that's why they were keeping them separate.
Could be,
Wiped
yeah,
clean.
could well be, yeah.
Well, anyway, to me, recycling is the reuse of materials, and that must have some value to somebody that we shouldn't have to be saddled with such a, you know, such an item of expense, so. I think that pretty well covers my comments, other than we'll see when we get into correspondence. We have an application for 2 more hog farms down by Stockholm, so that's a total of 3 that we'll be looking at. The 2 that just came in within the last few days will be required to respond to those in the same manner we did the first one. In other words, we have to let the Department of Agriculture know if we want to have another informational hearing on each one of these. So I think that's something that'll be, it's a board decision. We'll talk about it at the board meeting next Tuesday, I guess, week from Tuesday, rather. Okay, moving on, the EMA report.
Been asked to give a 2-month report. I was not able to report to you last month. So, starting with the very end of May, I hosted an LEPC meeting on the 30th of May. Throughout the month of June, it was relatively quiet. I was working on a lot. I was mainly working on the ILCAT, the Illinois Capability Assessment Thyroid Tool. It's that 101-page PDF document that I've complained about before. It's actually finished now. I finished it earlier this week. And like I mentioned to you before, this assesses all Iroquois County on all 32 FEMA core capabilities, and also on our current hazards that we assess ourselves at. It cross-references the 2 and spits out some algorithms, and basically it gives us a grade on where we're at with each FEMA core capability. And when we're low in areas that we do not excel, which every county has plenty of those, we need to show improvement from here on out. So, just letting you know about that. On the 28th of June, had an EMAT call. EMAT is the Emergency Management Assistance Team associated with IASMA, Mutual Aid Organization for Emergency Management. That's a committee that I am on, work group, if you will. And there's been a lot of activity with EMAT in the state of Illinois due to flooding in Mississippi and Illinois. There was a landspout tornado on the 30th of June, it was Father's Day. I'm not aware of any damage that it caused to any homes, a few telephone poles. There's more wind damage and lightning damage actually in Gilman from that storm. 4th of July, I participated in a couple parades, one in Watsika, one in Onarga. On the 11th of July, another EMAT call. Also on the 11th, I received a presentation from a company called HyperReach, which offers a notification system that I've mentioned before. IPAWS, or Integrated Public Alerts Warning System, that can push out notifications via those emergency alerts. So I received that via webinar. Got a price, but not like that. I talked to the finance committee about that. Fair, 17th to 22nd of July, is the largest public event in Iroquois County every year. Public event means a lot of people out in the open, very susceptible to attacks or just storms usually. So I was out there every day checking on things, working with the emergency responders that are stationed there. And although it was very hot, I think we had a lucky year. On the 21st of July, on the Sunday affair, we did have another tornado out near Plato Bridge. Not aware of any damage to such trees from that one. It's a relatively weak tornado. 23rd July, another EMAT call. Also on the 23rd, I attended a board meeting for the Garage, which is a community center in Gilman. They're interested in some exercises later on in the future, and they wanted to talk to me about that. Other projects, EMA now has a Facebook page. This is the start of a social media program. Probably get a Twitter later, but I'm just getting my feet wet on that. There was a fish kill in Gilman, that was largely unsolved. I received a call from the mayor of Gilman saying there's a lot of dead fish, maybe 50 or so dead fish in the ditch in the city of Gilman. I contacted the Illinois DNR, who often investigates fish kills, and there was no obvious evidence of a hazmat spill or contaminant in the creek. It was very hard to track down, especially since it's in city. It could have been natural causes. By and large, nothing happened with that. EMA received a $2,000 donation from the Mary Helen Roberts Trust, specifically for volunteer equipment and supplies. I'm really excited about that. Haven't been able to afford shirts or other reflective vests for our volunteers, so hopefully, well, I'm sure this will give us the funds to do that. And we're working on the commodity flow study. By and large, a lot of my time is working in the ILCAT. I will, once I get feedback from community partners and allow time for revisions, I'll be giving the county board a copy of that. Looking forward, later on today at 11, I have another LEPC meeting. On the 6th, another EMAT call, and then the 22nd, I am a Region 7 quarterly meeting. And I'll be working on the hazard mitigation plan. Get back at that now that the ILCAT is done. Questions, comments, concerns?
Guess not, thank you, Eric.
Thank you, folks.
Next, we come to update on the flood matters in Iroquois County. Other than what I mentioned about this appointment with the KRVC, there hasn't been a whole lot of new activity there. People in Indiana are getting organized and are set up over there. This invitation is a part of that. They'll be having a meeting, I believe it's on August 23rd, later this month, and I'll be attending that meeting and have a lot more probably to report at the next PNP meeting. Brings us to the job descriptions for the finance center. Do you have stuff on what they were before? You said that the changes are.
What we did was we went back and looked at the original job descriptions that were in place when Anita, Amanda, and Mary Ann were in the finance center, and we went ahead and used the original as we planned to organize the office the way it was working before Anita had left, and we had made some adjustments with Amanda and myself. Really the biggest change on there is we added the IT, that I would manage that, and Amanda would assist with that by organizing area-wide calls. And the other change was that we just, on the education part of it on the bottom, included the years of experience along with that education. The other thing that was added on the deputy clerk's description was the animal control portion, since they got moved to the finance office. That position is responsible for all the record keeping for animal control, and also answers the phone for animal control and directs people where they need to either contact someone else or provide them with the information that they are seeking.
sure what county OIA contracts, what's that?
Evercore FOIA,
Maybe that ought to be written out, just to use just the caps of each word.
Do we need a motion to approve it? So moved.
I need a motion to approve the job descriptions. Is there a second?
I'll second that motion.
Do we have any further questions or discussion?
This is the way you want it organized, right?
Yeah, we kind of discussed that it was working, in the past with the 3 employees in that office, and the system they had going was, something that was, ran by Hope as well with the internal controls, and it seemed to work very well, so this is the way we're gonna continue to do it.
Okay, I guess if there's no further questions or comments, probably ought to call the roll on something like this.
Aaron's,
Yes.
Alt,
Yes.
Sticknut,
Yes.
Sure.
Yes. Okay, that brings us to appointments. I have a letter here from Mr. Yergler wanting to appoint James R. Shiero to the County Board of Review for a 2-year term. He lives in Loda out on Lake Iroquois, I believe. Other than that, the only other appointment that I know of at the moment is the one that I discussed a few minutes ago about the Indiana KRVC. That brings us to correspondence. We got a big pile worth of correspondence here today. As usual, some of this stuff comes in late, but I just to be aware of it. And this is the one for Parks Livestock. That's the one for the meeting, for the informational meeting next Tuesday night. In the paragraph down there in the center of the page talks about the requirement for us to submit a letter of recommendation.
In case there's any confusion in this, it says it's an 1,800 animal unit capacity swine facility. 1,800 animal units equals 4,500 actual hogs. Each animal unit for a hog is 4/10 of a hog. So if you do the math,
It says that in their application, it's 4,500 hogs and then it's got,
Multiply times 4.
What?
Multiply the figure they have there by 4.
yeah,
So does that mean they'll be 1,800 at any one time, but in a year's time?
4,500 at any one time.
yeah, the 4/10 of an animal unit is a hog. If you have,
Okay.
if you have a horse, it's 2 animal units. If you have a chicken, it's like 100th of an animal unit or something like that, so.
It's all figured off of what, cows a basis or something?
The impact on the surrounding and the environment.
It's another way that Springfield has devious ways of confusing us. Here's a letter from a man that wants to buy some of our farmland or sell us some more.
Thinking we're not in either market, are we? Buying or selling?
I don't know.
We take donations.
That's the one question, why didn't they have all three units put in one application?
Is it the same company doing all
Yeah.
three?
Why not put it all at one time?
You throw up one and see how it's
Uh-huh. But
accepted.
what if you get one and you don't get the other two, you back out of one?
Yeah.
And it may have to do with how they submit the paperwork to the USDA.
Depends how severe the stops are to get through. You know what I mean?
Okay, here's a letter from a fellow down in Cissna Park. Wants to bid on our, electric and gas contracts, so I think